guys, and welcome to the third annual Middle School Weslaco ISD Battle of the Books. Today we're here at Weslaco East High School, and we have 4 schools representing our middle schools. We have Dr. Armando Cuellar Middle School. Yeah, there you go. Mary Hogue Middle School. Central Middle School. There you go. And B. Garza Middle School competing today. We're going to compete on 5 books that you guys have read. Are you ready for our first book? Okay, let's give it a go. I'm going to share some rules with you before we get started so that you all know how we're going to play this round of Battle of the Books, so bear with me. Each school will have 1 team. That team can have 3 people competing at any one time, and the alternates will sit behind. When you're an alternate, don't help out. You have to wait until it's your turn at the table. There are going to be 5 rounds of play for each book, 1 round for each book that we've read. The book selections are going to be determined ahead of time, and I've already shared that in the order with the judges. The team captain, we've already discussed that. Raise your hand if you're a team captain. If you alternate out, then someone else can answer the questions, but while you're sitting at the table, you need to be the one to answer the questions. When I read you the questions, I will first state your team name, Cuellar Middle School, for example. Then I will read the question. Then I will state your team name again. After I state your team name for the second time, you'll have 20 seconds to answer the question. At the end of that 20 seconds, if you still haven't answered the question, I will ask you if you have an answer, and you need to respond at that point, or let me know that you don't, okay? We will stop in between each round. At that point, if you want to make substitutions to your team or switch out teammates, you can do that, but you can't while we have 1 round in progress. Each team is going to get 4 questions per book. There'll be a total of 16 questions. It'll be in a round-robin format. Each question you answer correctly will earn your team 5 points. Incorrect answers will not earn your team any points. All of the points are going to be reflected here. So in round 1, you will have the opportunity to earn 20 points for your team, okay? Because each of the 4 questions is worth 5 points. The winner of this WISD Middle School Battle of the Books will go on to compete at the Regional Battle of the Books to be held at the Region 1 Educational Service Center on Wednesday, February 20th. All right? If there's a tie, as you can see here, we have several tiebreaker rounds already set up in case our scores are tied. And we will continue to battle until we have 1 clear winner. Do you guys have any questions before we get started? All right. We are going to start with our first book, Frog Kisser by Garth Nix. Cuellar Middle School. At the beginning of the story, Gottfield, the librarian, hears screams. What does he vomit out when he turns into an owl? Cuellar Middle School. Do you have an answer? No. All right. The correct answer was bones, or more specifically, bones from a mouse. Mary Hogue Middle School. Name 1 reason why the Duke cannot transform the royal dogs. Mary Hogue Middle School. And that's time. Do you have an answer?
Was it because of the chopstick? Because they needed to make the chopstick thingy?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is because dogs are loyal. They are immune to being transformed. They resist transformation. Central Middle School. Name 2 things that describe the moat monster. Central Middle School.
His name is Modi, and he's very slimy.
Judges? No? Okay. That is incorrect. Allowable answers would have been that he's 60 feet long, he's slow, he's deaf or hard of hearing, he's resistant to magic, he is strong-spoken, he's loud, he has large square teeth, and he's extremely ancient. B. Garza Middle School. As Anya and Ardent first walk on their quest, what is the first sense that they smell? B. Garza Middle School. I could read the question again, but that's all I can do.
Did he smell magic?
That is incorrect. They smelled food or soup, specifically pea and ham soup. Cuellar Middle School. Martha's only son gets turned into a blank. Cuellar Middle School.
A newt?
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. What does Martha pack for Anya and her group to take with them as they travel on their quest? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer?
Yes. Did she pack some cheese on it?
That's incorrect. The correct answer is she packed a ham. Central Middle School. To whom does Bert send Anya to first when the weasel folk attack the theater? Central Middle School.
The Good Wizards.
Judges?
We cannot accept.
I'm sorry, the correct answer was to Shrub's dad. B. Garza Middle School. Before meeting with the Good Wizard, who do Anya, Ardent, Shrub, and Smoothie have to go pass? B. Garza Middle School.
A giant?
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. What is the requirement to see the Good Wizard? Cuellar Middle School.
You have to be a quester?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is you have to have an appointment. Mary Hogue Middle School. How often are the Good Wizard's teachers allowed to bathe? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Once a week?
That is correct. Once a week. Central Middle School. The dinner table is set for 13. Who is the 13th place set for? Central Middle School. Do you have an answer?
No.
The correct answer is Snow White. B. Garza Middle School. When Gerald the Herald and the Raven visit the Good Wizard, what message does Duke Reichard send? B. Garza Middle School.
He sends the message that her fortress castle is surrounded by weasel folk, and if she doesn't give up Princess Anya, they will get attacked.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. What possible gifts does Anya first see inside the good wizard's chest? Cuellar Middle School. Do you have an answer?
A wallet or carpet.
That is incorrect. The answer is paper envelopes. Mary Hogue Middle School. Who is the old bald man that the good wizard introduces to Anya? Do you have an answer?
No.
Acceptable answers would have been Merlin or Snow White. Central Middle School. Who does Gottfried say left in the middle of the night after Modi died? Central Middle School.
The Royal Dogs.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Why does Anya decide to meet with the witches on her own? B. Garza Middle School.
The reason that Princess Anya decided to go on her own is because if something were to happen to her, she told Arden a specific time period, and if something were to happen and she didn't come back from that time, Arden would go retrieve her.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is she was afraid the witches would hurt Shrub or Prince Denham. But they like to eat frog toes in Newt's eyes. And that is the end of round 1 for the frog kisser. Round 2. This round, the book will be Miles Morales by Jason Reynolds. Cuellar Middle School. What is the name of the school that Miles attends? Cuellar Middle School. Do you have an answer?
No.
The correct answer is Brooklyn Visions Academy. Mary Hogue Middle School. Where does the spider come from that bites Miles in the hand? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer? I need your answer.
Okay, so his uncle stole something and the spider came with it.
Judges?
The question was where.
We can accept.
So the correct answer would have been it came in a duffel bag or from Osborne Industries. Central Middle School. What does Genki wager or bet in the dunk contest? Central Middle School.
His new Jordans.
Judges? That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. What is the last thing Uncle Aaron tells Miles before he dies? B. Garza Middle School.
You're just like me.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. How does Aaron die? Cuellar Middle School.
He got shot.
That is incorrect. His electronic gloves or gauntlets malfunction and explode in his face. Mary Hogue Middle School. Why does Miles leave work on that Monday evening? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Okay, Miles left that time because he was going to give a poetry he wrote to the girl he likes, Alicia.
That is correct. Central Middle School. What do many seniors do with their dorm keys before graduating from BVA? Central Middle School.
Throw in the well.
Judges? That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Miles is accused of stealing the cans of sausage and is about to be expelled when he finally tells the truth about leaving the store unattended to go to the open mic session. What are his consequences for leaving work? B. Garza Middle School.
He is kicked out of the work-study program, and now his parents are forced to pay for his dorm.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. After the desk incident, Miles takes off to clear his head. He comes across a crime in progress. What is that crime? Cuellar Middle School. Do you have an answer?
Robbery?
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. The buzzing inside Miles's head, the tattoo on the Chamberlain's wrist, and the word that Mr. Chamberlain keeps repeating causes Miles to lose his temper and break the desk. What is that word? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer?
We don't have an answer.
The correct answer is grateful. Central Middle School. What does Miles do to clear his head? Central Middle School.
He grabs his Spider-Man suit and goes out, goes on the street wearing it, so to refresh his mind.
Can you repeat that?
So he wears his Spider-Man costume and then just goes out, just relaxes, flying and using his Spider-Man.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. What does Miles lie about to the campus police? B. Garza Middle School.
That he never left the store unattended.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. Where does Miles buy his mother the flowers? Cuellar Middle School. that okay, judges? Okay. Where does Miles buy his mother the flowers?
The flower shop where the old lady worked.
That is incorrect. He bought the flowers at the dollar store. Mary Hogue Middle School. What animal does Miles dream about when he dreams about Mr. Chamberlain? Mary Hogue Middle School.
A cat.
That is correct. Central Middle School. Where does Miles get his hair cut? Central Middle School.
The barber shop.
Judges? The correct answer is Houses Cut House. B. Garza Middle School. What does Austin's mother die of? B. Garza Middle School.
Cancer.
That is correct. And that's the end of round 2. All right, round 3, our book is Unbeatable Squirrel Girl by Shannon Hale. Cuellar Middle School. Doreen Green's initials, D and G, are both big sweeping letters that you can form with a blank if you happen to have one. Cuellar Middle School. Do you have an answer?
If you have a squirrel tail.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. What does Doreen's mom always say folks are scared of? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Secrets.
That is incorrect. Her mom says that folks are always scared of things they don't understand. Central Middle School. While walking home after babysitting, Doreen runs into the Skunk Club boys. What does Doreen say in a high-pitched moan to get away from the boys as she leaps onto a tree? They call me the blank. Central Middle School.
The Jersey Ghost.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Doreen destroys the squirrel traps and saves Anna Sophia from the LARPers. When Anna Sophia calls her squirrel girl, what does Doreen whisper? B. Garza Middle School.
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. Doreen destroys the squirrel traps and saves Anna Sophia from the LARPers. When Anna Sophia calls her squirrel girl, what does Doreen whisper? Do you have an answer?
That Anna Sophia is her best friend?
That's incorrect. She whispers that that's what she calls herself in her head. Cuellar Middle School. What letters does Doreen see under the squirrel traps? Cuellar Middle School.
MM.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. When Doreen caught the dog, what did she do to him while he struggled? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer?
Can you repeat the question, please?
When Doreen caught the dog, what did she do to him while he struggled?
She was holding him down because she was gonna take away the color of the machine thingy.
Okay, that is correct. Central Middle School. When Anna Sophia's father gets tired, he gets spacey. And when her mom gets tired, she gets sleepy. But what happens when Anna Sophia gets tired? Central Middle School.
She gets grumpy.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Who is the micromanager? B. Garza Middle School.
Mike Rominger from her school.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. What is the name of the surprise hostage the micromanager uses to get Squirrel Girl to fight him? Cuellar Middle School.
Can you repeat the question?
I'll try. What is the name of the surprise hostage the micromanager uses to get Squirrel Girl to fight him? Cuellar Middle School.
The baby Dante.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. Who first identifies that Mike's mom is a robot? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Tippy-toe?
That is correct. Central Middle School. What is the collective name of Sour Cream's wee triplets? Central Middle School.
The chives.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. How many trials does micromanager set up to test Squirrel Girl's physical abilities? B. Garza Middle School.
3 trials.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. After breaking into the Avengers mansion and evading numerous ridiculous security measures, where does Tippy-Toe locate a contact list of the Avengers? Cuellar Middle School.
On the phone that was there.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. The micromanager announces the Superhero Smackdown on what online forum? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer?
We don't have an answer.
Okay, the correct answer is on Badit. The Badit supervillains, Hydra hopefuls on the Badit forum. Central Middle School. What is the micromanager's favorite type of store-bought cookie? Central Middle School.
Oreo.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. What type of job does She-Hulk have when she's not a superhero? B. Garza Middle School.
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. What type of job does She-Hulk have when she's not a superhero?
Is she a lawyer?
That is correct. Okay, guys, that's the end of round 3. Round 4, our book will be Refugee by Alan Gratz. Cuellar Middle School. One of the brown shirts says to Joseph's father, or Joseph's, you have continued to practice law despite the fact that Jews are forbidden to do so. For that you will be blank. What happens to Joseph's father? Cuellar Middle School.
They put him in a concentration camp.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. Isabel loved tagging along on trips to Havana to stand on a street corner and play what? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Her trumpet.
That is correct. Central Middle School. If people didn't like Assad, Syria's president, what would happen to them if they voiced their opinions? Central Middle School.
They will be killed.
Judges? That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. On the train, Joseph and his family sit in a compartment labeled in what way? B. Garza Middle School.
It had a big J on it for Jews.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. How many times does Papi try to flee Cuba? Cuellar Middle School.
Two times, the first and the last time.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. Dad, our house is gone. What do we do? The whole family was in shock when Dad says they are heading for what country? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Germany?
That is correct. Central Middle School. The MS St. Louis was paradise. Banned from so many things in Germany because they are Jews, what does Ruthie see for the first time on board the ship? Central Middle School.
A swimming pool.
That is incorrect. She sees a cartoon or a movie for the first time. B. Garza Middle School. Let's have a song, Lito said. Jabela, play us a song. But she confesses to Lito that she has traded her trumpet for what? B. Garza Middle School.
It was the 2 gallons of gasoline.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. After leaving their car behind, Mahmoud and his family follow what map on their journey? Cuellar Middle School.
The Google Maps.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. As Joseph and his father attend a fellow Jewish passenger's funeral, what do they do in the name of tradition as they walk in? Mary Hogue Middle School.
They ripped their clothes.
That is correct. Central Middle School. Mahmoud's father said, God help us. That is what we're to ride in. It isn't a boat. What is it? Central Middle School.
Inflatable raft.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. A strong hand grabs Joseph and swings him around. Lately, people have been walking the decks, harassing the Jewish passengers. Who is causing trouble for the passengers on board the MS St. Louis? B. Garza Middle School.
Scheindick. Scheindick and his assistants, I guess you could say, the firefighters.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. Isabel shivers in the cold wind. Her feet grow numb, and her mind tears back, remembering how she lost her abuelita. What happens to Isabel's abuelita? Cuellar Middle School.
was a hurricane and it took her like into the water and she drowned.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. Joseph hears his father whisper in the cabin, "I can't go back there. Can't go back." What does his dad do next? Mary Hogue Middle School. Do you have an answer?
Did he hide under the desk?
That is incorrect. He jumps overboard, or he jumps into the sea. Central Middle School. Thank you, Isabel cries. Her heart aches with gratitude as people in the Bahamas show them a moment of kindness while they're on their raft. What do some people from the Bahamas do for them? Central Middle School.
Throw food and water and medicine in the boat.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Mahmoud doesn't know where they will go or how they will get out of the water, but at last he doesn't have to fight to keep his mom afloat. How does Mahmoud help his mother stay afloat? B. Garza Middle School.
There was a dead man floating in the water wearing a life vest. He took the life vest off of him and gave it to his mother.
That is correct. All right, that's the end of round 4. Round 5. Our book for round 5 will be Well, That Was Awkward by author Rachel Vale. Cuellar Middle School. According to AJ, what happens to his permission slip? Cuellar Middle School.
The dog ate it.
That is incorrect. His brother Neil stole it. Mary Hogue Middle School. According to Gracie, what does Riley mention every single day about herself and her sister? Mary Hogue Middle School.
That they're models.
That is correct. Central Middle School. Who shares a fact with Gracie about peacocks? And what is that fact? Central Middle School.
Her cousin, and they mate for life.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. How old is Brett when she paints the plate with her mom? B. Garza Middle School.
She was 6.
That is correct. Thank you. Cuellar Middle School. According to Emmett, who does AJ like? Cuellar Middle School.
Sienna.
All right, didn't even finish the question. She knew that one. Mary Hogue Middle School. When Riley sees Doran's hair, what does she do? Mary Hogue Middle School.
She makes fun of her and then she pretends to puke, and yeah, that's about it.
That's correct. Central Middle School. Who owns the pet shop? Central Middle School.
Doreen's parents.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Why does Doran cut her hair off? B. Garza Middle School.
Her uncle had cancer and he died, so she wanted to cut off her hair to donate it to the cause of cancer so that they would have wigs for them to wear.
That is correct. Cuellar Middle School. What does Gracie receive as a birthday gift from her parents? Cuellar Middle School.
The Russian tortoise.
That is correct. Mary Hogue Middle School. Who's the first person to message Gracie happy birthday? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Sienna.
That is incorrect. It is Emmett. Central Middle School. What present does AJ give Gracie for her 14th birthday? Central Middle School.
A Starbucks gift card.
That is correct. Big Garza Middle School. What is Gracie wearing that Doran notices and comments on after inviting her to the pet shop? Big Garza Middle School.
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. What is Gracie wearing that Doran notices and comments on after inviting her to the pet shop?
The shoes, because Doran also wants to buy them.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is the necklace her friend bought for her. Quayer Middle School. On what month and date does Brett die? Quayer Middle School.
April 18th.
That's so close. April 17th is the correct answer. Mary Hogue Middle School. How many years after Brett's passing away is Gracie born? Mary Hogue Middle School.
Seven years.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 4 years. Central Middle School. How does Gracie's sister pass away? Central Middle School.
She gets hit by a car.
That is correct. Big Garza Middle School. Why is Gracie crying in her apartment on April 17th? Do you have an answer?
Because she felt that if Brett hadn't died, she wouldn't have been born.
Judges? Sorry, that's incorrect answer. She thought that her parents had forgotten about her. Whew. Well, that was a nail biter. Came down to the very end. So now we are in a runoff. We have two teams that are tied. And we're going to have a tiebreaker now between Central Middle School and Big Garza Middle School. Our tiebreaker round one, you're going to each get 4 additional questions for Frog Kisser. If we end up in another tie, then we'll have 4 additional questions for our next book, Miles Morales. Okay? All right, Central Middle School. What does Anya ask the witches to do in exchange for the onions she gives to them? Central Middle School.
Collect their tears in the bandana.
That is correct. Big Garza Middle School. What do the witches vote on after they capture Anya?
To turn her into Duke Rickard for 200 gold nobles.
That's correct. Central Middle School. What do the witches discover the Duke has made? Central Middle School.
A bone ship.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. Why did the flying carpet not respond to Anya when she asked it to fly to the end with the sign of the moon? B. Garza Middle School.
She said the name wrong.
That is correct. Central Middle School. What does Shrub warn Anya and the others about when traveling through the sewers? Central Middle School.
To eat yourself with a paddle. Or hit yourself with a paddle.
Repeat that, please.
To not to hit yourself with a paddle.
Judges? That's incorrect. She warns them about the monster guarding the entrance. B. Garza Middle School. Who came to the rescue and saves Anya and Ardent from the cockatrice monster guarding the entrance to the stairway?
Smoothie.
That is correct. Central Middle School. Who does Martha want Anya to kiss first before kissing the frogs? Central Middle School.
Her son Shrub.
That is correct. B. Garza Middle School. What is the only thing Price Denham remembers about his time as a frog? B. Garza Middle School.
How he ate bugs.
That is correct. So we have a winner for our 2019 Weslaco ISD Middle School Battle of the Books, and that is B. Garza Middle School. Stand up, guys. So I want you guys to take a look at this. To compete today, you guys all read this many pages. It's pretty amazing. I am so proud of each and every one of you. You guys competed hard. You knew the answers. Some of the questions were a little difficult in the way they were worded, but you guys did a great job interpreting them and answering them to the best of your ability. Let's give all of the participants here a round of applause. And let's give all of your librarians, library assistants, who helped you through this amazing journey, a round of applause too. Thank you so much for joining us for the 2019 Weslaco ISD Middle School Battle of the Books. We hope to see you again next year when we have another round of amazing books with amazing students. Thank you.